Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Die by the Sword podcast. Before we get into this week's episode, we've got a quick word from our sponsor. Fellas, blink if you haven't purchased a Father's Day gift yet. Yeah, we thought so. Today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Maybe your pops has had a bush since the 70s, and that's okay. Our friends at Manscaped have crafted the total package for his special day. Whether it's for the boys downstairs, his beard, or even the best pair of underwear out there, Manscaped has his bases covered. Head over to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with code DBTS. From daddy to zaddy. Trust Manscaped. As a dad myself, I know I haven't always been the best at upgrading my grooming tools. Up until recently, I may have even been using my dad's old electric shaver that I think he got in the 70s. For this Father's Day, show your dad some love by giving him the tools he needs to look and feel his best. Get him the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. It's the complete beard maintenance kit for all those bearded kings out there. This all-in-one kit comes with a beard hedger, Manscaped's most advanced beard trimmer, as well as shampoo, conditioner, oil, and balm for his beard. It also comes with a brush, comb, and scissors so he can style his beard and mustache like the true gentleman he is. And of course, no beard kit would be complete without Manscaped's Handyman Face Shaver. Perfect for those who want that smooth finish. And unlike my dad's shaver from the 70s, this one is compact enough to fit in any travel case, so make sure he takes it with him on his next big trip. Oh, and if he carries a lot of body hair like most dads do, you're in luck with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. This guy is designed with fathers in mind, featuring the signature Lawnmower 5.0. Oh, and that set of underwear that he got for Christmas about a decade ago, I think it definitely needs some upgrading. And what better way than with Manscaped's Boxers 2.0? The Boxers 2.0 were designed with a simple mission: to make the most comfortable boxers a man could buy. It starts with the jewel pouch, a dedicated space that cradles your stones in place with a perforated performance fabric for extra breathability. So head on over to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code DBTS. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code DBTS. Never forget where you came from, if you know what I mean. Happy Father's Day from Manscaped. Thank you again to Manscaped for the awesome sponsorship opportunities here. And speaking of being thankful, we also want to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes for those awesome ambient sounds you hear throughout our show. Just think about how boring some of these scenes could be if you didn't have those like underwater sounds or the sounds of like the birds chirping in the forest scenes. It just really sets the mood. So thank you to Sword Coast Soundscapes. And if you want to check out more of his stuff and use them for your games, you can find him at youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. He's also got a Patreon page there, so don't forget to go and sign up for his Patreon. All of his stuff is free, but it's just to help keep everything going, and we really want to support him. So please feel free to go to his Patreon page. I mean, even just $1 a month goes a long way. We, of course, also want to thank Midnight Syndicate for the use of the music throughout the show. Just every song, other than the few drops that we have in here, all of the battle music is from Midnight Syndicate, and we just love being able to work with them and use their music. I've been using Midnight Syndicate music in my home games for years, and to be able to partner with them and use their music in our podcast so everyone else gets to experience their awesome music as well, it's just absolutely amazing. You can check out more of their music at www.midnightsyndicate.com. And don't forget to check out our website as well at www.diebytheswordpodcast.com, or follow us on our social media pages at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a subreddit page. Or you can always just reach out to us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com. Oh, and one more thing. I believe I mentioned it last time during our intro, but if you'll be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area June 7th through 9th and you're planning to go to the Dallas Fan Expo, be sure to come say hi. Yes, we will have a booth there in the community zone, and we are so excited to be there and meet some of you. So yeah, don't be afraid to come up and say hi. A few of us will be there switching out, so we may not all be there at one time, but you'll get to meet some of us there. And we can't wait. We've been wanting to do one of these conventions for quite a while. And we're super excited that the Dallas Fan Expo is the first one we get to do. So yeah, if you're going to be there, come say hi. If you want to let us know ahead of time that you'll be there, feel free to email us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us at one of our social media channels. Okay, I think I've rambled on enough. And we hope you guys are as excited as we are about starting Book 5. I don't know about you, but I didn't think we were ever going to get out of Book 4. But here we are. So please enjoy episode 155, A Peek Through the Veil, a look back at Book 4. Not going with the music intro because that seemed to screw us over last time. So, hello, sorry, everybody.
Guys. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, hello there.
How's going?
He's good.
Good. That's good, yeah.
I lost my steam and concentration.
So, can you believe we finally finished Book 4?
What a crazy 3 years this has been.
It has been 3 years, almost to the day.
In fact,
we need to cancel and reschedule for this later in April.
Oh yeah, maybe we should try to meet up later this next week. Yeah.
No. We've had too many of these issues. That's not
true.
Life gets in the way sometimes. But hey, we've had a steady, storyline to follow for 3 years, just for this one book. So, to which we did look before we started recording earlier. Book 4 started with episode 98, titled Book 4 Begins. I was real clever with the title of that one. And that one released on June 29th, 2021.
Yeah, I was looking back through the notes, and it actually was... we recorded it on April 27th of that year. So almost 3 years to the date. Like, really close.
Yeah, almost exactly to the time we're recording this.
I'm sorry, 2 years, 11 months. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy 2 years, 11 months.
It's a crazy world now. So much has
Crazy
changed.
world then.
That was a super crazy world then.
I'm trying to think. April of 21, I guess the pandemic would have been sort of easing down a little bit. Am I remembering that correctly? I remember people were still doing the whole stay home unless you have to or something like that. But I remember being back in the office around this time, back in April of 21, right?
Well, I think we'd gotten the vaccine out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's possible.
And I think we'd already recorded in person by that time, maybe?
No.
There was
because the recording in person happens 2 or 3 episodes later.
Is it? Oh, you know what? I think you're right.
And for us, that could be 3 weeks or 4 months. So
Yeah. You never know. I know we've had a couple.
but only a couple, once a year. That's not a great track record.
It's not. I would love to do more. I feel like they flow better when we're in person.
It's definitely been my favorite ones that we've done is when we've been in person, just because, like you said, it flows better. The chemistry, we have good chemistry, but it's even more hey,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little more on
Except
point.
for that one episode where we recorded in person. Is this where
And
we
you got
flash
drunk and tried
back
to fight everybody?
No, that was after.
Was that
are we
the one?
going to flash back, and insert a sound drop here of that episode? where the microphone just was terrible.
My reason is the Ouija board is usually, if you're doing it with people, you're getting all their answers.
There's
That's.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so bad.
Oh yeah.
Where
But the chemistry for us was still like on point. It was just the microphone sucked. That's actually one of our funnier episodes, and I was really sad that we don't have it.
Well, we put it out there.
I mean, we have the audio from that. It's just not great. And I have no idea what happened because it sounded fine while we were there.
Yeah, it's weird. There's been a couple of times where, we have the sound, but, something along the way, something goes haywire.
Good old technology.
Hey.
Even curses us when we're in person.
today.
I know, right? One of the things I do like about the recording in person, though, is the potions, because those are always fun.
Yes.
They add to the excitement.
And
And they make the battle last double as long.
That's what makes it so fun.
Especially
I've never
when
been so
the
top of hit
GM
points.
Yeah.
Because, it would be fine if it worked just for you. You'd still get through quickly. But the fact that I let it work for me, too, just extends the combat. It keeps the fun going.
It does. But, we're toasty part of the way through.
Yes.
part of the way. Going back and listening to those is like, might as well take a shot. Who wants to take a shot? I'm not going to let my boy take a shot by himself.
Yeah.
Shot.
Shots.
Let's do shots.
Yeah.
Oh, I have this peanut butter whiskey. Do you want to try peanut butter whiskey? Here, everybody take a shot.
No, thank you.
Good
Sometimes I
times.
feel like we may be a little toasty before we even start recording when we're in person.
That's because we have to try the liquor.
Test drives.
I say, Phillip and I
Quality
usually
control.
do have a beer or two beforehand.
Just to loosen you up. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, I do
Get rid of
typically
those
drink
nerves.
while we're here too, but for me, it's harder to drink because I'm constantly looking at, the book or the initiative tracker or, the map or something, and I'm forgetting that I have a drink even when we're in person. So when we do those shot breaks, it actually gives me a chance to enjoy the drinks while we're there.
So you're saying we need shot breaks during the regular show?
I mean, we could.
All right, who wants to take a shot?
Shot break.
Yeah.
I'm taking one right. I'm taking one right now.
I've
Do
got
one
wine.
right
I
now.
don't know if I can really shoot this, but
Shoot it.
Not
Don't be a
gonna
little
shoot this.
bitch. Let's shoot it.
Don't be a little
It's
bitch.
a door drink. You can shoot it.
my liver's been prepared.
Pickled or prepared?
Yes.
Prepared with pickling.
There is no difference.
Don, does that make you want to record in person with us, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm always up for recording in person. I've been waiting for y'all.
And the heavy drinking. That's part of it. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely be like Ubering to and from. Like,
yep.
That's the one part
All the way to
missing.
Fort Worth? That's a big drive. Big Uber.
maybe I'll just rent a hotel. It'll be all right.
It's worth it.
We talked a while about like finding an Airbnb or something and doing a weekend recording at some point.
Yeah, we could knock out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but not so many shots.
Why is that?
Why?
I don't understand. Does not compute.
Does that compute?
If the sun sets, it's time for shots.
The sun was definitely out when we were taking our shots.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think the sun has anything to do with their gameplay. But yeah, that's... How many episodes did we record?
Oh, I didn't count.
Just for
I
book
think it
4?
was... well, not that. I was
A
talking
lot
about
for
in
that.
our live shows. Like, two? Is it
3,
two? Was
but
it
one
two?
didn't release.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say because we were trying to make one, but then it went too long, and then so we split that into 2, and then we did another
Yeah.
one.
And then we did another one after that, but that one didn't release.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it was
one is
that
on.
last one that didn't release.
Okay, so yeah.
For other reasons too, besides it just being bad audio.
Still got to work on it.
Yeah.
Oh well. We'll get back to that.
So okay, yeah. Then we can do multiple episodes in a sitting. I was just afraid that we would hit like when we hit that episode 3, we would be too faded to play.
I mean, it's possible.
Because I'm going to be honest, a lot of that I completely forgot ever happened.
Some of it, yes.
And it was really hard to catch up. Like I don't, and just my hand over my ear trying to get all the sound I could, but still not remembering. Okay, I don't remember doing or saying what. I don't. What is even happening here?
Yeah, definitely those nights, especially. But then there's a few, especially early ones in the pandemic, where I feel like I was drinking a bit more than I normally would have because pandemic. And then I went back and listened to some back, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think I was like, we're pretty funny, so that's good, but I don't really remember it."
At least you were funny when you were sober. I mean, the next day, the morning after, or whatever.
Yeah,
Or we were funny the morning after.
the royal we.
Yes.
Well, all of us, yes. The one good thing, though, is we don't have to remove the barking. I have a lot. We know that.
So much barking.
So
Lots of barking.
Like, we get it. We've dealt with werewolves, but we're out of that book. That was book 3.
Yeah.
So hard. But this book, though, it actually covered a lot of stuff. A lot of underground and a lot of underwater. It's definitely the under portion.
It's been very interesting how each of the books within Carrion Crown has been a different theme, like horror theme. And this was a very interesting theme and one that I never thought I would really like prep or play through. Because we had book 1, Haunting of Harrowstone, which was, ghosts and haunts. Book 2 was all about Trial of the Beast, which is kind of like the Frankenstein monster type storyline. Book 3, Broken Moon, that's all werewolves, which was kind of exciting to play. And this book 4, Wake of the Watcher, getting that Lovecraftian,
The Fishman.
yeah, all that stuff in there.
So anticipated one of us going insane.
So we've got the universal monsters so far of Frankenstein, Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
What are we missing?
The Mummy.
The mummies,
The Mummy.
zombies.
Oh yeah.
Dracula.
So you were thinking Universal Monsters. I was thinking Monster Squad.
Oh, I almost said Monster Squad. Yeah, I did.
Wolfman's got nards.
Kick him in the nards.
So, I mean, not everyone has been here for every episode, obviously, but what has been your favorite parts of this overarching story so far?
The friends we made along the way.
Well, we made a lot because of all the deaths. So
There was a lot. Yeah,
Mhm.
had a few. We've had some
So,
changes.
One thing I did like that we did for, I don't know, we just kind of, I forget how we came up with it, but all of us having met a character and we named him, or he was named Plug, and then he was kind of crazy. So we like made each one of us one of his personalities every week.
Hmm.
That one
true.
was
One of us
fun.
played him.
Macho
Yeah.
Man Randy Plug was my favorite.
I was gonna say I
Hit it, Plug.
specifically brought something in here because it's like mine was when I did Plug's voice like this for the Bane.
That
Plug.
was a good
Almost
one
Bane.
too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, what voice can I do? And then I was like, I
Yeah.
do a really good Macho Man Randy Savage. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Because y'all were doing some crazy ones. So I was like, I'll do that one.
Well, and it was like a whole thing of like each week having to get like, okay, I'm nervous about doing this voice. I'm like, I already think about my character. I'm like, now I gotta do this other one.
I will say Plug did help everybody with getting used to doing those fun, crazy voices. Because, for the most part, starting characters, you kind of ease into doing a voice. You don't really jump in with doing a crazy voice right away.
Yeah, I have to be careful. I have noticed that occasionally, if I'm not paying attention, Diego voice comes out into some other characters, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, wrong voice.
I've also found, as a Mexican American, I'm very offended by the way I voice Genny. I'm not going to stop, but it's offensive.
I think, yes, we should let everybody know you're doing this, kind of having fun with it.
Yes. It's not even a Mexican, like South Texas accent. I think there's some Caribbean in there. The way I pronounce Spanish words, it's kind of all over the place.
But it's Genny. It's a very unique accent. It's a Genny accent.
Listeners, let Phillip know if you're mad at him.
Or any of the other accents we've done throughout the show.
I don't think we've done anything really offensive.
I don't think so.
Besides Genny.
Being like men of a certain age, where like it's hard to, how would I put this, of like, oh, back when I was younger, I could do an accent that would probably be like wildly offensive now. And it's like,
yes.
Oh, don't slip into that. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Early on in the show, I had no problems coming up with accents for these NPCs and keeping track of who was who. I've run out of accents to do. There's a lot of repeating and a lot of forgetting of what I did.
To be fair, there's like different regions of Ireland that you've...
Yeah. I do British and Irish
haven't
a lot.
tapped in. Yeah.
Because they're safe. It's like, I'm not going to offend anybody if I do a British accent.
I mean, I do have those ethnicities, so and I feel like I'm safe to do those.
You know what? Just speaking of Plug voice, the other Plug voice that I enjoyed that you did was for the Christmas special when Gary played Plug. It was very nerdy. I think something about a bat was your inspiration.
Oh, Jeffrey the Bat. Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. I remember Jeffrey.
That could be Grubert. And that right there, that could be Havoc. I don't know what could drag away something the size of a mastodon, but that's pretty big.
I love this new voice.
Yes. No, this is an awesome voice. Is this Plug or Kel?
I forgot that I did that for him.
Yeah, that was on the Christmas Yule Cat episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Where we learn the spirit of giving.
Or you'll get eaten by the Yule Cat.
That's right.
Which, you know what? I thought you had made that up. That's actually
It's a real thing.
Yeah, we all thought you made that up then, and then like you told us, I think maybe afterwards or something. We were like, no, that's real. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's a
surprised
real
all some of
legend.
these fairy tales.
Yeah. Scrolling through here, we had some Christmas specials in there. We had the Halloween special that was Vampire the Masquerade.
So, listening through it, I really want to maybe revisit that someday.
The Vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
love
enjoy
Vampire.
playing that one.
Yeah.
Throw in a whole vampire campaign.
Well, I mean, Halloween happens every year.
True.
So there's that. And then maybe when there's a Friday the 13th, an extra episode drops.
I do also have the official rule book for the Power Rangers RPG as well. So that could be fun to play too.
Yeah, you mentioned the Power Rangers as another alternative. Which is it? All of the Rangers or just the Dino Rangers?
It's all of them pretty much. Or at least most of them. I don't think
so we could be a turbo and a giraffe and a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, because you don't pick, like, you're not stuck to you're all one of the ranger groups. You just pick which color ranger you are, and then you can choose like which Zord you have and what your abilities are and things like that.
Can I pick Heliconia? Wait, no, was it Heliconia or was it Cornflower Blue that Wes was all about way back when?
Oh, it was cornflower.
It was a cornflower blue. But I do remember the Heliconia.
Heliconia.
Yeah.
Can you be the little robot?
Alpha 5. I don't know if you can. And then also, it may just be a me thing, but they're releasing a Mass Effect RPG, and I would still play that too.
Okay, I'm in.
You have mentioned wanting to do a space adventures before.
Yup.
Could
I
be
mean, there
fun.
is Starfinder. I do have the rule book for that too. But sci-fi would be a lot of fun to do. But anyway, so we're still talking about our book 4. We haven't even really talked too much about book 4 other than, how long it's been and Klug, because he was introduced in book 4.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yes, from the asylum. Somebody tried to take out his brain.
Mm-hmm. He'd been lobotomized.
Or an attempt was made.
Well, in that book, I did get my mithril sword
Mm-hmm.
that I have been using, and I want to formally apologize to Keith because it was the Bane was not undead, it was aberrations. So we could have been rolling extra damage on these aberrations every time Genny hit.
Dang.
Wow.
So really, Genny killed Keith's characters.
Oh,
Just
dang.
one. Just
Truth
one.
Yeah, truth comes out.
Yeah, it's plus. It's 1d8 plus 6, and then the Bane would give it 2d6 extra.
That might have helped.
Oops.
So
You
see,
know
it
what,
wasn't
though?
my rolling.
Yeah. But every death has come from a 100-point roll by Gary, so I'm gonna put it back on you that I died. Because one of them, I just walked into a room and you were like 100 points. I was like, well,
Damn.
Crit. Confirm the crit. Okay, this card is called "Fuck You and Your Mama," and it deals.
yeah. On that one, I just turned to you guys and I just pulled the Lord of the Rings and I was like, run.
Oh, you fools.
I mean, yes, I do happen to kill your characters, Keith, when I roll crits.
You never
Crits
kill
suck,
Gary's
let me tell
character
you.
when you roll crits.
Yeah, why did Joe Bear
Not for
get
lack of
almost
trying.
killed 12 times?
Yeah,
Diego came within 4 points of dying.
yeah. Gilbert was unconscious and dying so many times, I gave him the haunted condition.
Yes.
And I had that the one perk that is like if you get knocked below a certain amount of points, it's like a second chance at life or something. I can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah,
definitely
your
taking that, so
resilience.
that's
You
what saved me.
stand. Which, okay, I'm still salty about this. I think he should have fallen and not just stood there all wobbly.
For which one?
I think it's the first time that got used. You got taken below, and you get extra hit points, right? Or
Yeah.
you
Like
don't die, but
yeah.
he was still negative. So to me, he still should have fallen.
Well, he took an extra hit by standing there, and that extra hit took him way over.
Yeah. So
I remember one of those times when we had to do math back and forth of what point happened and did he go below 0, and at one point did his, because it wasn't resilience, or was it? I don't think
resiliency.
Yeah, I don't. It might have been
Yeah, it
something
wasn't
different.
resiliency. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Well, anyway,
Because there's something with how it was worded without. But I mean, Chaubert survived.
Yeah.
He was alive.
he did. At the
Oh
end
yeah,
of the day,
it was called resiliency.
Oh, was it resiliency? Okay.
Yeah, it was once per day. The rogue gains temporary hit points equal to twice their rogue level. Its immediate action activated when the rogue is brought below 0 hit points.
So brought below 0 hit points, but that kicks in to keep you up above 0. So that's why he stays.
That gives him Okay, so I didn't know it gave you 20 extra points, or at that time.
It was 16. See,
16
I
extra.
wrote this down.
Mhm.
And beside it says, still salty about this.
So that's what kept him standing, because it brought him, as soon as that hit, it triggered and brought him back up above 0.
Above death,
Above
but
0.
not above
massively.
above permadead. So he was still negative, but he was still standing.
Yeah.
That's the part that I was
Yeah.
like, but he should have fallen because he's below. Anyway, I don't mean to bring up old stuff, but hold on. I've got
that's what
all
we're
these
doing in this
pages of
episode.
notes.
But
It's
wait,
like most
there's
of them
more.
are complaints.
Can we see
Look,
the manager?
Yes.
Do you want to run this game?
No. I
that
don't
why you
want
got
that
the new haircut?
responsibility. I ain't got no new
Angular haircut.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
the
all
bow
on one
tie.
side. Yeah. No, my first note is the mithril sword thing. So just wanted to apologize to Keith for letting Gary kill you.
I appreciate. I accept your apology.
Wonder how many of our listeners remembered that it was a aberration bane.
Right,
Probably
like
not
someone
very
is
many.
screaming at
I
like
didn't
the
remember.
group the whole time, being like, "It's aberration!
Yeah.
Count those points."
Should be dead.
There have been a few
But now
moments
I can
where I'm like, where I will remember something or I will know something, but y'all don't call it out, so I just let it go.
Oh, those are in here too.
Yeah. Like, it's not on me to correct all of y'all on this. Y'all are supposed to know your characters.
But have you factored in that we're dumb?
Sometimes, yes. Hey, that's how I give you. Yeah, right there, John.
Sorry, my dog got me.
I was gonna say, somebody hit you? Did you get a nut tap?
Yes, she
The-
did.
Ding ding.
She doesn't have them, so she knows I do. Wants
Well-
my attention.
Ouchie.
Oh my.
That's no fun. So yeah, I guess we can go through a bit of like how book 4 progressed.
Well, before book 4 began, we did have that little adventure that we're not allowed to talk about. The one where we cured Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. I mean, technically before that, you even had another adventure because we did the Carrion Hill module in there as well. Since Carrion Hill was on the way to, I believe you went to
yeah.
Thrushmore.
To Thrushmore, yeah.
So does this count about talk? Because the what ended up happening is curse for a curse. We're not allowed to talk about it unless our tongues fall out.
Mm-hmm. But how many of you are still there that remember that curse? I guess it's just Genny and
Just-
Diego.
Yeah.
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 So they're the only two that still remember.
And can no longer talk about it.
Cannot talk about it.
Well, you
It's
can't.
like Fight Club.
Your tongue will fall out.
I mean, technically, Chaubert is still alive too, so, but he's just not.
Yeah,
here.
he's off trying to bury. Whatever happened? Did you ever find a spot?
Oh yeah, it was a very nice spot. Cabal actually kept coming to Joubert in ghost form every now and then, and they did the whole "My Two Dads" with that little baby.
Mhm.
When Dad was a ghost dad. It was a great comedy series. You guys probably should have seen it, but
Our spinoff.
My Two Ghosts.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think Plug went with you too, didn't he?
No, Plug did.
Plug died.
Plug
Yeah,
died.
but in ghost form, didn't he join y'all when you left, or did he move on?
Oh no, I don't
couldn't
think so. Did he? I think it was. Just
I remember you
Cabal.
seeing him. I think when he died, somebody did, because I remember having that conversation as Plug's real voice because he was dead.
Oh, that's right. Yes. But I don't think he came with us. But you're right. We did. We did get to hear Plug restored.
Yeah, we didn't trust him raising the baby. He was kind of a loose cannon, and we were like,
You never know which
Nah.
personality is going to come out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But once he died, he was back to his normal self. So he would have been, I guess, he was an orderly at the insane asylum.
Yes.
So I really did enjoy Plug, though. he was just an NPC that was written into the book, and you guys decided to befriend him and take him with you. So I had to create a stat block for him because he didn't have one. So that was fun, creating that character, just based on the little bit of information that I had in the book. And originally he was just going to follow you around. Then I had the fun idea of, why am I playing this extra character on top of all the other stuff that I'm doing? Why don't you guys play him?
Well, I think the first iteration was that we would play him, but you would voice him.
Yes, yeah, there was that.
Oh yeah.
To which we already done before with Dwarfy a bit.
Yeah, but I remember trying to just like every time that I would play him, and what would Plug say? You're like, shut up! I'm trying to run a game here.
Yeah. So then I created a Plugal sheet to create the rotation of who was playing him each time. And if it was the continuation of the same day or whatever, it would stay with the same person.
And Plug used a klube.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He
His
did use a
klube.
klube. He liked to klube people to death. But then he had a berserker stat anyway, so
Yeah. He was a brawler. So.
Shot caller.
Mm-hmm.
20-inch rims on his Impaler.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have that drop.
That's right.
Oh, yeah,
we got a soundboard during this book.
We did.
that is true. We do have sound effects now. Yay! We're
meaning to add more stuff to it, but I keep forgetting. I thought of one the other day, but I can't remember what it was. To add, it was something with either one of your effects or one of your spells. Dang it! Now I've lost it. Maybe I'll remember again.
Well, actually, we do need to get since there are so many times when Diego hits something and his hits are not effective or as effective as they should be. We need a wah wah.
Mm-hmm. I could find one of those easily and add it. I did add the surprise sound though. And of course the air horn. Which is very echoey for some reason.
Can I make a request?
Magic missile.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
magic missiles.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well.
Well,
Wait. I love how unenergetic that is every time.
Every time. And of course, Careless Whisper plays all the time because we have our innuendos all the time. I do also have, since Thwip has his Charmed Life ability, I added in Semi-Charmed Life for that to play when you use it. But you've never used it since I added the drop on there.
Oh damn! All right.
Hint,
We'll have to
nudge,
get it.
nudge.
Use it now.
Yeah, added a soundboard. So we can add real-time sound effects.
So I would like a request. And this is for Pablo and Genny. A charge effect. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We'll
One's already in
workshop it.
Go, Pablo, go.
That one came with the soundboard.
I think he's thinking more bugle, less
Organ.
organ. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is titled Ballpark, so I guess it's the ballpark organ. Yeah, it's somewhere in the ballpark.
Because I think I want to use charge more often. But, I mean, to be fair, we didn't take Pablo underwater with us.
No, he wouldn't fit in the submarine or subaqueous research vessel.
And he doesn't like tight spaces.
Where does he? Who knows?
Oh. Careless Whisper.
Sirs, that is a baby.
But yes, so we keep bouncing back and forth on the episodes here. But so yeah, the first part of this book 4 section was that Carrion Hill module where you got to meet Plug. Went and explored Carrion Hill. Found out about all the stuff that was happening there and the weird creature that had been summoned that the Dark Riders were part of, helping to summon that.
Yeah, the Dark Riders have been constant throughout.
They have.
Oh, you know what? That is Carrion Hills where I got this sword that I didn't use right.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that was even a bonus sword, and I didn't use it right. I'm sorry, Keith.
Bonus sword that I gave
Flat
you.
out refused to.
It's like, wasn't it aberration? I said it was undead.
So can it be undead, or should I sell this thing?
That is very Genny, though.
Not knowing her tools.
Well, just being like also convinced of like
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
everybody else is
Hard-
wrong.
Yes, hard-headed. Yes.
Oh, so true. So yeah, that went through several books. I think that went through, or episodes went through episode 112. Oh, okay. Looking back at this one, I thought when I was remembering and prepping for the whole combat with the young of Nub Shigroth. I'm switching letters around on purpose so I don't say the wrong word.
Y'all made me say it. You say it.
So yeah, I thought y'all had fought them before, but apparently in Carrion Hill, it is a spawn of Yogg Sothoth. that you
Correct.
fought.
Yes.
So still from the Dark Tapestry, so you still had that. I was right on that part of it, but it different elder god, basically.
We had to trudge around the town, killing the 5 keepers,
Mm-hmm.
just going
That
around
was
murdering
interesting.
people.
Well, they deserved it.
They did.
We helped the bad guy.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
That old man who I thought we were doing such a nice thing for.
It did seem like we were doing solid, and then yeah.
Surprise!
You fools.
Was that in the book, or were you trying to teach us a lesson of not helping people?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
You didn't answer the question.
Or did I?
You didn't.
Dun, dun, dun.
But no, he did turn in the book, so that was part of it. But you shouldn't trust people. So.
That's fair. And I live by that motto every single day of my life.
In real life.
In real life. And in fake life.
That's fair. Yeah, after you got through all of that, you guys went on another adventure that we can't talk about, but we're going to. Because in book 3, Chaubert was cursed with lycanthropy.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he was running out of time. After you helped with the ritual at the end of book 3, I believe it was Desna that came in and helped reset the clock basically on your curse. So you had another month to get through before you turned. So you decided to go to Waitspan and try to find the Monastery of the Veil.
Yeah, the bunch of liars.
What do you expect with Monastery of the Veil?
They said that they were part of Pharasma's crew, and it turns out they weren't.
They
Right?
were not.
Nobody's nice in this game. Everybody's mean to us.
Yes, I want you to do this next campaign where everyone is super sweet and genuine and sincere, but we don't believe a word of it, and we just start killing them.
Yeah, we get to be the assholes.
Yeah, I'm sure that my Diego's sister Pepper is not evil. Sure she isn't.
She's just misunderstood. Diego was the bad sibling.
From a certain point of view.
I mean, yeah, I guess. You made it through all that. You got Chaubert's lycanthropy cured, but you had to basically make the vow to not speak of it or else lose your tongues. A curse for a curse.
Eye for eye.
I think it's working out for you. I mean, we don't know about Chaubert. He may have talked about it, may have lost his tongue by now. We haven't seen him in a while.
I think that the monastery got the short end of that stick because we don't remember week to week. So it's a pretty good chance we'll forget it. We did forget about that adventure.
I was gonna say, Will.
It has been forgotten. Then we officially started the events of book 4. I believe that was in episode 117 with the episode Hey Ghoul Hey.
Which is great, and that's where we met this old man. But that should have been book 4 begins for real.
Yeah.
FR.
Because that was the official one. But I like Hey Ghoul Hey. That's a fun episode. Fun.
That was a great one.
And then, Chaubert kept dying a lot. So a couple episodes later is when I decided to give Chaubert the haunted condition.
Which, if you did level up... Wait, no, Chaubert did level up. No, your next level. If you got to do your next level, would you have done it in Oracle or just kept going with what you were doing?
I don't know. I might have kept going with what I was doing, but the Oracle thing could have been pretty fun. That would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I'm a multi-classer. I think all of my characters have been multi-classed. So, trying to get somebody, come on. This is multi-class. Let's ruin our characters together. Come on.
No, I'm sticking to one class for my character. That's it.
Yeah. It'll only weaken you slightly and make you easier to kill. That's fine.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, Jenny's not the one that died like a million times, but I'm okay.
You've had a couple characters die, though.
Just 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2. Also, I've been playing since the beginning.
Yes.
So statistically,
yeah,
I'm on top. 8.
You're doing fine. I mean, Keith had 2 characters die in one book.
It's true. And it was all Phillip's fault.
He's an overachiever.
John's character is still the original one of when y'all started with this group.
Yes, and he's the only one that you can 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon back to the original.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, Diego's it. So if Diego goes, we're totally new. Watch out, Pepper's going to kill him.
We're going to have like a Ship of Theseus discussion now. Like, if we replace every character with new characters, is it still the same character group?
Right, exactly.
I mean, you have to follow the progression, I guess, through the characters that are there. As long as I don't do like a TPK, I think there's at least one character that'll continue and keep the story going.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. we just got to wait Gary out.
Wait,
Book
but
5.
in the dream ones when we're
the very start
in the transition to this new cast, didn't we have a TPK? Am I remembering that wrong?
Yes, we did.
You did.
Yeah, we did.
It got down to me, right?
Yeah. Well, you may have survived. I know Diego went out.
Yeah, I remember the dream is like I kept seeing like everybody dead except for me. And
Oh yeah.
and I used like a card, and it helped. That's what I remember.
I know one of them, it was about to be a TPK, but then since they were all like dream sequences, the dream stopped. So there was one I remember is I had Elizabeth record to tell, I guess it was Renly at that point, to get Renly to wake up.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So many character names to remember.
But those were early days, and the characters were much easier to kill too. That's true.
True. A lot of those sequences were homebrews from me. Took some inspiration from some of the modules, but
Well, I mean, I think you do a great job with the homebrews because that monastery stuff, that was homebrew. That was totally you. You did the one we're not supposed to talk about. Did you make it that curse because you didn't want us to talk about it?
no, it fit because they didn't speak. Most of them, once you got there, had their tongues removed. So
That's
it
true.
made sense that you had to take on their vow, basically to not speak of the monastery if you wanted the curse removed. So it made sense in my head when I wrote it.
I mean, it worked.
Mm-hmm. And like I didn't make up the monastery and everything all together. I read through to see what towns near where you were near Carrion Hill would have a cleric of high enough level to cure the curse, and read about the monastery there. I was like, this is a cool place. And it's not that far from where you are. It's a little backtracking, but it might be worth it. And so I wrote a little module about it.
I like how we wrote a whole module because we didn't trust Gary's rolls enough to just cure himself from lycanthropy.
There was that. And I was trying to hint at different ways that you could, because I think you had Wolfbane.
We did, yes.
Yes, we
That
did.
you could have taken. But there's always the risk of it could do more damage than actually helping.
Yeah, I think that was it.
And you didn't want to take that risk. So I just wrote a module for you to go get it taken care of.
But wasn't it after a certain point that it wasn't actually going to help us by the time we remembered to go back and do anything? Like, it was like I couldn't use it?
Might have been. So I think it has to be.
That was actually...
You have to use the Wolfsbane like within the first like few days of the bite or something like that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, we
we
said
let it go on too
it might
long.
work if you did it, but it could kill you also.
Yeah.
And so we're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't die, don't die.
Eh? So, but that was fun. And then we eventually got into Illmarsh. We found this weird ass town of people and doing this fostering thing.
Yeah, the fostering. That was a trigger for Genny.
It was very wrong, yes. It's very, very odd.
Mm-hmm. You went and talked to Mayor Greedle, who you instantly did not trust. And he was actually one of the ones that was trying to help you.
So
Well,
True.
I mean, the name and everything. Come on.
He
we're
sounds
still in
evil.
this town. We're still in this town. So you don't have to answer this. Should we harm Mayor Greedle when we get back from our
I
little...
thought isn't Mayor Greedle dead?
He's already dead.
Oh, that's right. He's dead.
Well, at least his body is. His brain is still in that jar.
Should we drop kick his brain when we go
Totally.
back through?
He said totally.
Drop kick the brain through the door.
He did promise you money.
That's also right. Are we going to get our treasure chest?
I don't know. You got to figure that out. You haven't made it that far yet.
Oh, damn.
He's the one that pointed you to the recondite order of the Indomitable Sea. That's a mouthful every time. Which is where you fought the Scion of the Sea. The Chul that basically crunched Cabal in half.
It's true.
It did.
Yes, it did pull him apart.
Mm-hmm.
That one was tough. That was not an easy critter at all.
No, it crit real easy. It crit very, very easily.
He was an easy critter. The Chuls are, as a player, I've always hated fighting against Chuls because they're nasty.
Yeah, that was our first runaway of this party.
Oh, yeah.
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 Also, Genny is still pissed off. Nobody listened to her. Nobody listens to me. So mad
About running away?
about running.
True.
Well, so I went back through and listened to the beginning. I didn't make it all the way through, but in that combat, I told y'all don't move because I was strategizing up here, and everybody did their own thing.
Yes, we all moved.
Because
I was going to dimension door out of the building itself, but I had to settle dimension door in, and that's when we found out, hey, this crab monster can do that too.
Ta-da!
he could dimension door, but he couldn't go outside the building.
Right? Yeah. No,
Or
my
anywhere
plan
in
was
the building.
to dimension door away, outside the building, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all
No,
don't
inside the
listen.
building, he could dimension door anywhere he wanted to.
Things are getting hectic, and don't move isn't like the best. Like I don't know. I was like,
It doesn't
I don't know
tell
what's
us a
going on.
lot.
Yeah,
And Diego kind of has to move. So
I wasn't sure if Jenny just wanted us to be slower than she was, so that she can make her escape.
Yes.
y'all
You
stay here.
I'm
Cover
going.
my escape.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that is kind of what happened. It was like, y'all meet me in town, bye. And I took Jobert and my dinosaur and got out.
Mm-hmm.
And say because I think I didn't move, right? I think that was what.
I don't remember what you did. I just remember what everyone else did to make Genny mad. And kind of me. I was kind of mad.
What?
I'm not an angry person. I just play angry characters.
But you did eventually go back and kill the Chul.
That's true. Yeah, we got our shit together, and we definitely killed the Chul.
That was the introduction of Grubert, wasn't it?
That was the introduction of Grubert. That was Grubert's first battle with us.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. I was like, oh, y'all are fighting a crazy monster that just killed your teammate. Oh,
You're
I'd love to go
handsome
along.
teammate.
I would love to go along.
Somewhere along the line, somebody should have said, Grubert, this is a bad idea.
That's right. We met in a tavern, as so many adventuring parties do.
Yeah,
There you go.
that was one of the times that you did. You did meet in a tavern. You then met you found out about the Undiomean house and decided to go investigate that.
Well, before we talk about that, let's talk about this Nathaniel, Nate, my octopus friend.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's his name.
Nate. I remember Nate.
Nathan. It wasn't Nathaniel. It was Nathan. I don't know what the difference is, but there's apparently a difference.
Nate the Eight.
Yes.
Octopus have 8 legs. They don't shorten anything.
So I've got a question about this monster. Is-
Uh-huh.
Is it Marcia? Was that the Loch Ness monster of the town? Because you mentioned a Loch Ness monster type creature.
That was the Watcher in the Bay, which is what you saw when the rift opened up.
Okay. So this conspiracy theory that I had, that Nate and Marcia are the same creature. Because, I mean, an octopus can look serpentine.
Yeah. But no, these were, I think it might have been Cabal that saw the Watcher when y'all first got into town. Yeah, it was basically as the Mygo and the Scum were doing all of their rituals and all this, they were opening that rift to the Dark Tapestry, and
Things were getting out.
things were getting out slowly. So the Watcher was slowly manifesting and be there for a split second, then gone.
Okay. Well, yeah, conspiracy debunked.
Mhm.
But also that mom should have still paid us money. And we saved her kid.
This is true. We did.
She was super offended that we asked for A little bit
was.
of compensation. I mean,
Like,
come
how
on.
Just a
dare
tiny.
you? You saved my child. How dare you ask for a reward?
Buy us a drink.
What do you think
Pay
this
for a
is,
night
Absalom?
at the inn. Give us a fish. Isn't that what the town's known for?
Mating with fish?
I'll pass on
Well,
that fish.
both,
Thanks.
both. So is that what they meant by like the neighbors gave them the bounty of fish? It's just like for fucking and not eating.
¿Por qué no los dos?
I mean, I guess that's their foreplay. Whatever.
But yeah. So we do have your friend Nathan. I'm pretty sure that spell is worn off by now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Still got the wand though.
Yeah, you do. So you could stop by and say hi to Nathan before you leave. But yeah, then you did decide to go check out things at the Undio Mead House, which is where we got our first little view of Pepper being part of this story, because you found the note from her there.
Yes.
And you found that this house was built on an old druid circle. And had all sorts of things there.
Is Pepper a monk too, or is he Druish?
She is a monk too.
It's funny, she doesn't look Druish.
Thank you very much for picking that up.
So, oh yeah, the baby. There was a baby there at the Undio Mead House.
There was the
fostering.
That was that couple that I yelled at, right? That was their
Yes.
baby.
That was their baby.
Like, stop
Yeah.
fostering the babies.
Like, but it's what we do. We
Yeah.
give up our children to the fish people. We don't know what they look like. The vicars just take them and offer them up.
Like, why were they just waiting there though? Like, they already got the baby.
I guess they were waiting for the vicar to come back and say it was done, so they knew that their good fortune or whatever was coming. I don't know.
Get their fish boon.
Mm-hmm.
Boone or never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safer than saying it.
Oh, Boone.
Mm-hmm. And then I believe after getting saving the baby is when you fought the vicar there, which would have been when Plug finally died, which was just too much for Chaubert to take, and he decided to say, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Yep.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. It's okay.
So, peek behind the curtain. Why did he go home?
What do you mean? Why did Chaubert go home?
Yeah, I mean, why did he go home? What's with the new
What was
character?
his motivation?
It was just a lot for him. There was a lot of death, and
It was.
he had survived.
He faced a lot.
Yeah, he had barely survived death so many times, and then like his the person he'd come closest with, which was Cabal, died, and it's just pretty traumatic for the poor guy.
Yeah.
And then the baby thing, that was also pretty wild. So it
Full
seemed like
existential crisis.
he had something to do. Yeah.
Well, something a little hopeful. Gave him a little more hope, maybe.
He just went to go find Vivian. Because she also left because of too much death and stuff around.
At least it wasn't an ivy. Dorothy is.
I did realize that through this book, I didn't get Richard to come back and do an episode of this one.
Well, I don't know where Roderick would fit in to the fish thing.
Yeah. He fit in perfectly with the werewolf thing because of his backstory with his father.
But any updates on Richard and
Last I've heard, they're doing well. I ran into Elizabeth at work, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was there one of the days, and we talked for a little bit. She's asking how everything's going and told me to tell the group hi, which I had totally forgotten to do. But she says hi. And I need to verify. She mentioned something about there being 2 babies now. So I don't know if they had another child in the time that they've been away.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So,
Mazel tov.
yeah, I'll reach out to them. I get messages from Noelle every once in a while when she hears something that reminds her of the group. But anyway. So we did lose Chaubert, which at that point left Diego as being the only original character of this iteration of the cast. Going all the way back to episode, what was it? Episode 50 when Diego started? 51?
51, I think.
Yeah.
Gosh, is it 50s? It was in the 50s?
It was in the 50s.
Yep.
100 episodes later.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have officially been on for 100 episodes. Because
Damn.
we're past 151 now. But
Yeah,
there was some
we did it.
altering in there. So you're probably right at 100 now.
Well, that's crazy.
It is. And in that process of losing Chaubert, we gained Thwip.
Yeah.
So now we've kind of joked with the whole Zap Brannigan thing for Thwip. Is that like the inspiration of playing that character, or is it just something you came up with when you built the character?
I will say I love the blue scarf. That is so cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was the inspiration of the character. I feel like I'm still trying to get a handle on it sometimes a little bit because, but yeah, that was definitely the inspiration. I think I was joking with Phillip about it and then was like, this is actually kind of a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lost episode. By lost, I mean I still haven't edited it. Surprise.
Oh, yeah, where we created.
Yes, where we created that character. Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all ever do decide to edit it, we can release it as a outtake kind of bonus episode.
Yes, it's my spin-off show that only has 1 episode that's not even edited yet. Die by the Sword, building character.
Could be a fun one for anytime we draw up new characters to put that.
That's a pretty badass name too.
Mm-hmm. I do like that one. But then talking about Thwip, we found out he had his little sidekick. That was a Kiff type character.
Well, now that's the funniest thing is like having joked about it as Thwip and then us making that character for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we joked about, Porkchop being around for quite some time.
Before he ever appeared. And originally, like, my initial plan with Porkchop was kind of to have another Plug type character where you would pass him around and play him and all that. But then talking with Daniel, I'm like, hey, you want to join? I got a character for you.
I actually remember that conversation going a little bit differently. More or less the same, but like I remember you had said something like, "Oh yeah, like we have I have this group, and we have this like extra character that we're trying to like sort of create and draft together, and we're going to have him take turns being played by other characters." And I was like, "No, I'll do it. No, like let me in." Like, and then shortly after. Yeah, Gary was like, okay, like we have the character and like we're ready to introduce him. So, our next episode is this Wednesday. Show up or else.
Oh, you will have missed your chance.
And then there were 5.
And then there were 5. which has made my job a little bit harder because I have to make the monsters a little bit stronger. Because otherwise it'd be way too easy for you.
No, you don't.
No, yeah. What you think Porkchop is coming in and killing these monsters? No, Porkchop can. Porkchop just shows up and gets grappled. What are we doing here? You don't have to make them harder.
Oh wait, we've seen Porkchop kill them at the last minute.
Yeah,
one singular one, I believe.
He's got the bloodlust now.
Yeah, listeners, fact check me. I believe it's one kill Porkchop. All the other kills belong to everyone else.
I'm just imagining this frog looking around here with the, blood dripping from its mouth going.
I mean, he's already probably had some sort of a bloodlust because he's got the ability of doing the blood spurt from his eye thing.
Which I've yet to figure out how to effectively use that. Like that one, and I think Porkchop has poison skin. I can't remember what the thing is called, but he can slap some poison on a weapon and then poison someone else, which I think I actually tried to do, and every round, the monster was like, "No, I'm healed from the poison. What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, what am I?"
What about when you're being grappled? That doesn't count for when they're grappling you.
Well, I mean, they have to put their hands in their mouth if they do. They gotta pick him up and then lick their fingers, and then they get poisoned.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, if that monster had bitten my head off, instant poison. So. Keith, you should have just sacrificed Porkchop next time. Be like, no, he's the tasty one. Poison.
Yeah. Eat the frog.
Keith, you should just be poisonous next time.
That's okay. Diego's immune to poison, so what we can do is Diego can throw you at things now.
There we go. Just throw me like a softball.
And instead of throwing darts, it's throwing dart frogs.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, most of the things that you did fight in that throughout this book were immune to poison anyway.
Yeah, so why are we talking about making the monsters harder? No, scale it back.
They're already pretty hard.
You've had things that have helped kill the monsters. Sometimes I have to give you really big hints.
That is something that I've noticed going back through is Gary does give us hints. There are times when he is it's very subtle, but there are hints that he gives us, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or maybe that's just me, hindsight is 2020.
I definitely try to help and give hints. Especially when it's things like, lighting your weapon to match the damage reduction thing.
We couldn't do that. We had to go buy potions to do that.
Somebody could.
Oh, but he's dead, so we don't talk.
No, I'm talking about the DR lawful, when your monk could make his fist lawful and make all of that damage go through.
Yes, I just didn't know that. Now he's aware of checking. There's a reason why he failed monk school. That's it.
We are on 150. You would think that we'd learn, but we don't. We don't learn. I remember having to use. We used message wrong the whole time.
Yes.
And you just let us. Thank you for that, though, because it did help.
I mean, that keeps the story going, I guess. It's a new form of message that is just ingrained into the bloodline or whatever.
I'll take it. I'll take cheating any day.
We'll call it far speech or something like that. I don't know. But through all this, you have now figured out what the scum are doing. Essentially, stop them. You did have the whole creepy lady been down there too. Beef jerky babies.
I talk about that beef, with the beef jerky, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, beef jerky. Let's not. Let's just hope the sun and the waves take that whole thing away.
Yeah. You did have a couple of you, want to save a light.
Yeah, somebody just kept hitting a chain over and over and over.
Don't look into the light. It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But I believe that's when Porkchop showed up. Was during that whole fight.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it was in the middle of combat when Porkchop shows up officially.
Mm-hmm. Because that was also me saying, they need help. Please help them.
There is that, yes.
Hence the show up or forever let this party wipe.
But I do think having you here has been a very welcome addition. I feel like our chemistry has gotten even better because I feel like there's more conversation that happens. There's more note taking, which happens.
Okay, now it's time for my next apology. Daniel, I'm very sorry that Genny yells at your frog so much.
There is that, yes. I think, but that's a good dynamic, though.
I
don't think
honestly, there was at one point where I was just like straight up playing it up, where I was like, well, if she's going to yell at me, I might as well, like Porkchop might as well just be like, I'm going to slap the character or the monster. Like, what is Porkchop? What else is Porkchop good for? But like, being like I am drawing a blank as to Zap Brannigan's sidekick.
Kiff.
Yeah, where it's like, come on, like Kiff is like not effective, so like he's just the punchline of all this.
That's true. They do have that dynamic. The other fun dynamic we got to play with in this adventure was the sanity rules, which I had never played with before.
Well,
What made y'all choose to play the sanity rules, or to engage with that mechanic rather?
It's an optional mechanic that's in the book, and I thought it'd be something fun, especially with the Lovecraftian horror theme of it. It fits with the insanity thing.
And we did get close to actually someone going totally berserk.
Actually,
I mean,
I think they did cross that line.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I definitely did.
But I will say, like the insanity threshold that you met is like, okay, like you went into like melancholy. Like I will say, of all the sanity statuses, I would say like that were obtained, I feel like that was pretty neutral. Or like I was like, oh, okay, like this insanity check is like, it's going to be okay if something actually happens to us, like if we just get melancholia. But I was expecting like full blown psychosis, like Thwip turns towards us and is like, we got to get out, and like starts like killing all of us to try and escape or something like that. I was like, oh man, like, this is not going to go well, especially because Porkchop was right next to you. I was like, oh, Porkchop is going down.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, he. There are multiple like tables that I can roll for the insanity. So
Was it a table or was it like a D100 or what's the little peek behind the curtain on that?
It's a D100, which is the rolls are on a table. Trying to find the whole.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I
list.
remember you rolled like a 64, no, a 69, I think, or something like that. You're like, nice.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a 69 because I would.
We talked about what it would be if it was 69. I think because 69 was much more interesting and devastating.
Instead, he just turned emo.
Which are you going to bring that into the next book?
I think it kind of has to be there.
Yeah, I don't think I can ditch it.
At least for a while.
So, I think I rolled on the wrong table.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
No, you didn't. No, we can. Yeah. We're good. You don't have to research anymore.
This is nothing's canon in this episode. This is a peek behind the curtain, retrospective.
Yes, but
the curtain is loose and falling down.
Yeah, well, it's one of those like the more Gary researches, he's like, "Ooh, wait, no, this is a lot more interesting for me.
This is more
hands off the chess piece."
Yeah, so you have what you have, but so I rolled on. There's a section that has madness, so there's 2 tables for madness: lesser madness and greater madness. And I rolled on the lesser madness table. which your roll fell between 55 and 66, which is where you got Melancholia from it. But the table I probably should have rolled on is the types of insanity. And your roll landing between 49 and 68 would have been multiple personality disorder.
Oh, interesting. That would have been interesting as well.
Yes.
Thwip and Thwip.
But instead you get Melancholia. If I'd gone on the Greater Madness table, because there are 3 different tables here to choose from, it would have been 49 to 66 is Disassociated Identity.
Like Moon Knight? If anybody's seen Moon Knight, I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I
Yeah.
love Moon Knight.
It'd probably be something similar to that. Less vigilante type-esque, though. Yeah, so it's similar to multiple personality, so it would have been the same if I'd done either of those. So you had a 2 out of 3 chance of getting some sort of multiple personality disorder. And instead you got Melancholia. So you just went emo.
Yeah, which is kind of funny too.
It is. But that does bring me to another point of, because you killed the young of Shub Nigaroth,
Okay.
Who's that?
Party time.
and that wave of energy that rippled through, closed the rift, and started shattering the glass there. You actually all heal back 2d6 points of sanity.
Heck yeah.
Are we still using this mechanic going forward?
I don't know. We'll see. But rolling the 2d6, that's 9 points of sanity you get back. So your Melancholia is cured.
Oh, okay. I guess I can stop listening to The Cure.
Lana Del Rey.
I got a little ways into the catalog. Didn't quite get to the obscure stuff.
No deep cuts for him.
Yeah, no B-sides.
It's so rough, man.
It is. So yeah, we've essentially covered the majority of stuff that's happened in book 4. Do you guys have any other points or any favorite moments or anything like that in the book that you guys wanted to talk about?
I did want to talk about something, but it didn't have anything to do with the books. It had to do with like our one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
What if we did an Easter special that's all of our dead characters?
Ooh.
The resurrection.
Resurrection.
Well, I have a lot to choose from, so
I guess maybe John could play one of yours.
there you
there we
go.
Yeah, there you go.
I get to
What else
play
we
the
got?
ball. No.
I guess somebody could play Zenobia. We got Plug,
I've got
we got
two.
Dwarfy.
I want to revisit Thurskill.
Oh, yeah. And then there's Renly and Carry the One.
Yes, but that was one character.
There's one. But it's basically like playing 2 in 1.
True.
That's the extra one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, something that we have on this that we wanted to do and haven't done yet: hit up a convention.
Yeah. We've talked about it. We came
In
close.
June, they've got one at the K
might be a
Bailey.
little late for vendor stuff
Hutchison.
on that one. If we wanted to be a vendor, unless we just all wanted to go. I do plan to go to the one in June, though, just because of the people that are going to be at this one.
Who's going to be there?
David
Well,
Tennant.
Like all of Doctor Who.
Yeah. A majority of the Doctor Who people will be there,
That's
which is awesome. 3 of the 4 Charm Sisters will be there. So I'm definitely going for
I
that.
saw Shannon Doherty. I didn't see the other ones.
Shannon Doherty, Rose McGowan, and
Oh
Holly
no,
Marie
I did see
Combs.
Rose McGowan. Yeah, I did see
Mhm.
Rose McGowan.
They will all be there. Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon were just announced. So they'll be there.
Which is like, is that like, does that fall under this umbrella for like a comic booky convention? Thelma and Louise.
I mean, I don't know if that one does. I care more
that's
about
what they're
Gina Davis
referencing.
because of Beetlejuice and A League of Their Own.
Yes. Yeah, no, I get Beetlejuice. Absolutely. 100%. Maybe even Cutthroat Island.
Yeah.
But Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, I guess it's a team up you can do. The two of the kids from Stranger Things will be there. Forget who else was going to be there. Oh, Hayden Panettiere was just announced. She'll be there.
Hayden Panettiere. What has she done lately?
Nothing. At least not
Heroes Heroes and
It's
Nashville
Heroes,
are the
no.
only things that I remember her from.
Yeah, I think that's all I really know her
Nashville
from.
was on for a while, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it ran for a bit. I think I auditioned for it once.
Did they film here?
No, I think it filmed.
In Nashville?
I don't know if it filmed in Nashville.
Well, the
That's
only
fine.
other thing I have written in my notes is a drawing of Havoc. That's it.
I need to get character descriptions from everybody again because I want to get a cohesive artwork for everybody again.
So I did a drawing of her. Don't look at her arm; it's weird. But that one, and then
I've got a 3D statue of Diego we can use.
Mhm.
I saw. Yes, that's awesome. And then there's Pablo right there, and then a rough drawing of how big he's gotten. Because if you let me do what we're doing, he does go to large size.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. I think your wolf is large size too, isn't it?
So is he like a teenager now?
Yes, he's gonna. In fact, he's gonna inherit your emo traits.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Your melancholia will now move on to the Triceratops.
God, nobody lets me bash anything.
You abandoned me on the dry land.
It's totally lame.
I don't even know this elephant.
Poor Havoc. What's he gonna think?
Yeah. I like to keep him with us because he was a badass.
Yeah, he's there because of the druid's animal bond, so he may just go back to the wild, but go back to the realm of the mammoth lords. He may
See what happens with him.
because I think a druid's bond is a very naturally occurring thing, so he may imprint with another druid somewhere.
Hint,
Havoc's
hint.
like, I'm free. See ya.
Getting out of this fish smelling town.
That's right. This adventure sucked.
I'm an elephant on a boat.
It's so not my place to be.
Anybody else get any points for book 4?
Hit points.
Hit points. Yeah. Do we want to
we
roll
do need
hit
to
points
do
for
that.
your level up?
Sure.
All right. We can do that. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. What is your hit die?
It is a D10.
D10.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I got a 10.
All right. Well, I'll take the 10 because I got a 3. All right. Who's going next?
I'll go next. I'm a D10.
D10.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Ooh, a 7.
I got a 9.
Oh, all right. I'll take it.
Who's next?
Oh, Diego will go. I've got a D8.
D8.
I got a 4.
I got a 1.
We'll go to the 4.
Okay. I'll go next. I got a D10.
D10.
I got a 5.
Got a 9.
Sweet.
And I think that leaves me, yeah?
It does.
I have a D8.
D8.
I got a 7.
I got a 4, so take the 7.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, we got our hit points ready for the next level. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about any new abilities or anything you got at the beginning of the next episode. One thing I do plan to do, I'm going to slightly rework Porkchop a little bit. I'll get with you, Daniel, on how to rework him a little bit.
Yeah.
Just since I didn't intend him to be a playable character, just more of like a NPC support character. So I want to make him still be a support character, but like as an actual PC would be a support character.
Yes, please.
That's good.
So you may see a little bit of changes to Porkchop, but he's still going to keep most of what he's got. Because
So like the hitting for 1 damage is going to stay, or
I may give him a little bit more. So he can do a little bit, because I feel like he's gotten the taste of blood now, so he's a little bit stronger. But like his healing focus is still going to stay. Little peek behind the curtain there. I gave him the archetype of merciful healer, so his healing is really like boosted, which is why you usually get a lot of points from him. One thing I don't think you've used, Daniel, but I noticed on your character sheet is you have the ability to re-roll ones when you heal somebody. So if you roll a bunch of ones, you can re-roll those.
Have I rolled a 1 yet, though?
I think we've done some,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
Anyway, I'll
You
take
did for Grubert. I'm taking the blame off of me. It's totally you.
It's everybody's fault, not mine.
Yeah.
I had no blame.
as Gruber died, he just stared at Porkchop just in the eyes as he
like-
got hit and died. Just
But yeah. So I'm excited to start book 5. As we've kind of teased a bit with this one, it will be a vampire themed story. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't really played much with Pathfinder or even D&D's version of vampires. I fought a couple in my time, but I never like delved into like DMing them. So it's something new for me to look into. I mean, I played Vampire the Masquerade a lot, so I know those mechanics. And if it gets too complicated with Pathfinder, I may just bring in the Vampire the Masquerade mechanics.
What kind of vampire are we dealing with?
All types.
Voltrudes or
Ventru.
Nosferatus or
Ventru,
I forgot all the classes.
Nosferatu, Aasimar, Bruja,
Chocula's.
Yes.
Malkavians.
Look out.
Toreadors, Tremors. I do love me some Vampire the Masquerade. So I'm going to make it an official thing. For Halloween this year, we will bring back the Vampire the Masquerade. And if there's a Friday the 13th beforehand, we may do one too for that.
Well, there is actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what, next month?
I don't know if we'll be ready for next month, but
Oh, no, it's much later.
Oh, no, it's September. September, that's what the chat says.
September 13th.
how fitting.
Oh, and that will... I'm sorry, I'm using corporate speak. That's going to dovetail right real nice with October 31st next month.
Mm-hmm. So that will be fun. Start prepping an adventure for that. Yeah. We got anything else for this look back at book 4? Or are we just ready to move on to book 5?
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm actually excited.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm excited for my new character too.
Always fun to start a new book, and as we're getting into these higher level books, that's getting harder and harder to prep these episodes because these monsters can do more and more things. So try to keep all that straight.
Don't like make them harder. Just keep them the way they are.
I mean, that part's not harder. I just give them basically the advanced template.
Don't.
All it does really is just give them a few more hit points.
Hey, don't.
It ups their AC a little bit. Because, I mean, I don't want like a big boss and you guys one-shot the guy. That's not fun.
Okay.
That has never happened with this group ever.
Yeah. Didn't it take us like 3 episodes to take down this last guy? Like, come on.
That crab monster, we just fucked around in that room for I don't know how long before we ran away.
Y'all did a lot of episodes with the Chul. Because you had a couple episodes at first, then you ran away, stocked up on potions and stuff, and then went back.
We got the butter.
Got the butter. Yeah, I remember that.
Sold his carapace for parts. That was fun.
Along with the 2 pieces of Cabal.
We did not sell Cabal. Well, his bottom half maybe rented it.
Somebody might have wanted it. One of these Whispering Way members, maybe.
Or this whole town.
No, he wasn't.
You hear what they did with fish?
Hello.
He was a tiefling, not a fish. So, but all right. We'll wrap this up. We've been yammering long enough about reminiscing. And we'll see you next time for the beginning of Book 5.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Can't wait to get bit by a vampire.
Yay.
Ooh, maybe I can turn one of you into a vampire. I did it with werewolves.
Yes.
Vampire.